And the little bit of research I've done on this, I've been told it will be between $1,000 and $2,000 just to update that map. We're going to be working on the master plan this year. We'll be working very closely with you guys on that, and we may need to bring in some qualified professional help to help us with that, and that might be a cost as well. And of course, before we spend any money, we'll come to you first, and well, I'm going to make Brad come to you first and explain this. Brad Banachek is our chair. And I'm sorry that he wasn't here at your last meeting and not here now. He has been terribly ill. So he's on the mend, but it's not because of lack of diligence on his part. Some of you apparently had a question about the now infamous chicken ordinance and why it was in the state it was. I cannot explain to you why that happened. I can explain to you how that happened. That ordinance was introduced in 2009 and 2011. We were still working on it, and everybody had a finger on that pie. It had been, edited and additions made to and subtractions made from that, and it was at a point where it was. I'm trying to think of a synonym for a word I shouldn't say. Let's just say it was not in the best shape. I asked that Mr. Weaver come to one of our planning meetings and walk us through it, which he did, and he sat right here and went through page after page after page, just right off the top. Here are some things that I see that are wrong. At that point, I made a motion that the Planning Commission turn the chicken ordinance over to Mr. Weaver to have him take our intent. None of us are lawyers. None of us have any training in the law. And to take our intent and put it in the proper legalese, legal content. And that motion died for lack of a second. Like I said, I can't explain why, but that's what happened. Another commissioner took it home, made more changes to it. It came back to the table. I made a motion again that we just send it on to the city council, to you guys, which passed, and it wound up here. And my motivation behind that was I figured you'd take one look at it and say, hey, maybe the city council or city attorney should take a look at it. So that's what happened there. Lastly, as you know, as I said, we're working on a master plan. Somebody dropped the ball on this late last year. It may have been me. I don't know. But we have tried to put together a meeting to get your input. My personal philosophy is, this is, again, just my personal philosophy, is that the Planning Commission works for the City Council, that we serve at your pleasure. Everything that we do, comes to you. Ordinances come to you. If we deny somebody's application, they can appeal it to you. I mean, you're the ultimate authority. You're elected. We're just nominated or whatever. So the master plan is very, very important. The last master plan that was done for the city was done in 1996. So it's way overdue. And we've been, for the last year, working in meetings and workshops to get an updated plan. Sometime in the next month, you will be receiving a memo and a copy of the most current master plan and the two other master plans that preceded that. And what we'd like to do is to have you read those master plans and become familiar with them, and then come to a meeting with us and tell us what you want to see in those master plans. Because it makes no sense for us to cobble together a master plan without your input, because it's just going to come up here, and if you don't like it, it's not a binding agreement. You can just toss it in the garbage can. We would really like to come up with a master plan that's reflective of what you, the city leaders, really want to see in a master plan. So I hope that we'll try to give you plenty of notice, and we'll be able to, as much as we can, work around people's schedules. But I would like you all there, and I'd like you, if you want to, it's going to be a workshop, so anybody's welcome to come. But we'd love to have your input. And my last card says, there's a green beer with my name on it somewhere. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Potsy.
All right, Mr. Williams, CAPC. We just put y'all back to back.
Yeah, I'm a lot less chatty than that. Just a quick update from the CAPC. We've got our marketing plans in place now. So I have TV placed in markets. I have print placed in markets. I have a complete marketing strategy to back that up. If anyone's interested, I'm happy to provide it for you in writing. We're working on getting radio out to supplement the TV because our budget was a little bit limited. And we're working on our new website design. We had our first meeting at that, and it went very, very well. So everyone's participating. I think we're moving forward nicely. And if y'all have any questions or concerns, I'd be happy to answer them. Oh, right, the new commercials. You can find the new commercials on the Eureka Springs fan page and Facebook. So if you haven't had a chance to see them, there are a couple of places online, but you can certainly go like Eureka Springs, which would help us as well, and find them on Facebook if you haven't had a chance to see them yet. Anybody? Thanks.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Yvonne Klein, Finance Director. You gonna wait? Okay. I think it's on the department heads we have, unless, where's Bruce at?
He's going to speak during the council.
Okay, all right. I believe that's all we have. As far as department head reports, you should have copies of Fire Chief Williams's report in your paperwork. You should have a copy of the new budget, or the current budget, in your paperwork. You should have a copy of the wastewater, not budget, but all of his proposals and accomplishments, and you should have that in there too. And from the Transit Department, you should have a copy of that one also. And from Bobby's, I got it right. Building Department, stayed since January the 1st, 2011, and he's apparently still tied up upstairs in that jury selection. He issued 117 permits for a total of $4,244.40. Okay, and that's all the department head reports. Okay, next item on the agenda is public comments. We have Miss Nellie Clark. Oh. Nellie, welcome.
Hello?
Please state your name.
What?
Go ahead and state your name for us, so it'll be on record.
Okay. Don't I have to put it down?
No, it's good. Okay.
I'm not that short.
Oh, you can just.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Nellie Clark, and you all know my problem about the sewer. And I actually came up here because I'm hoping that one of you will feel sorry for me and finally put it on the agenda and discuss what happened to me, and I'm waiting for somebody to help me, to feel sorry for me, to say, oh, you poor thing. I've been paying taxes like everybody else. I have found out that the same problem happened to other people in this town, and they was getting their whole house fixed up. And I mean, why can't it be me? Nobody wants to help me. Nobody wants to reach out and say, well, I'm sorry. Anyways, for 30 years I've been working on my home, making it a home for me and my children. And since the city came and cleared out the sewer line and blew all the raw sewage into my home, it is not a home no more. It has become just a 4 walls. And I'm getting sick over it. I am stressed out, and I'm so disappointed in the system that people can come and ruin your home in a matter of a minute, and they don't even have the decency to call and say, well, I'm sorry, it shouldn't have happened, and just leave you. And it just blows me away. But anyways, I would like for this to go on the agenda. I'm hoping somebody will discuss it, and I hope somebody will tell me when it is. So, but I just want a little compassion from somebody. I mean, Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. I mean, I just need help. Actually, I came up here. I wanted to say something else because I was really mad, but I think I lost it. But I need help. And I would appreciate it if somebody could. I just want you to know my neighbors and the wonderful people that live beside me have been so helpful, and they've been helping more than the city guys that blew all this crap into my home and ruined the home. And this is nice, the neighborhood that I'm living in, but it's very disappointing that none of the city guys has made the attempt to help me. I know it's my timer, right?
Yes, ma'am. It
Okay.
is.
Well, thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Natalie.
Okay. Next on the agenda is Mickey Schneider. Next on the sign-up sheet is Mickey Schneider, sorry. Agenda. Remind me?
Y'all know I'm Mickey Schneider. First, I want to give condolences to Ken and Mary Ann for her loss. I just buried my mother a week ago, so I know what they're going through. Secondly, all of you on council and the mayor should have received a letter from me in regards to my reapplying for planning. I fired this off as soon as I got home from the funeral. Just so you know, I believe I stated it in the letter, I love this town. I want to help this town. I want to work for this town. It means a lot. It's been my home 37 years this week. We've raised 5 children here who have turned out magnificently. I would like to give back. I'm qualified. I'm interested. That's the biggest thing. I am volunteering my time. I have waited for phone calls, haven't gotten any. The first time I put in the application in February, I talked with Butch and James, and that was it. Please take the time to call me if you have any questions, doubts, problems, whatever. Please do call me. I would very much like to be working for this town in any way, whether it's council, planning, I don't care. I want to give back, and I finally can at this time. It's taken 37 years, but I can do it, so please do call me.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, there's no further public comment. We'll enter into unfinished business. Item number 1, discussion of resolution 44 and ordinance 1940, fee schedule for planning commission BOZA, sponsored by Mr. Pownall and Mr. DeVito. Mr. DeVito, you. Motion. I guess we need to make a motion to discuss. Yeah. All right. Motion to discuss. Is there a second?
Second.
Made and seconded. Now discussion.
This came back to us to set the fee schedule, so basically that's where we find ourselves now. So, if anybody entertains any motions on setting the fees, go right ahead.